It is a milestone day of sorts here and at restaurants across Metro Detroit. Capacity restrictions eased, restaurants are able to welcome more customers inside. Taking a look out into the restaurant here, you can see many of the tables with distancing are filled. Of course, safety restrictions are in place here and at all other restaurants. So here's a quick overview for you this evening. Capacity restrictions increased to 50%. With a limit of 100 people, tables must be spaced 6 feet apart. There can be no more than 6 people at a table. But for many restaurants, the relaxed restrictions just aren't enough. Thousands have closed in our state amid the pandemic. Thousands of others are simply hanging on, and the road ahead is a very uncertain one.
It's just time now for us to get our restaurants back, back to full capacity.
Rosalie Vicari, speaking for many owners, says while the increase to 50% capacity may help smaller restaurants stay in business, it's still not enough. The pandemic has exacted a terrible toll on the industry. The Vicari Restaurant Group shut its Andiamo Dearborn restaurant Sunday after losing $3 million. 3,000 restaurants across the state have closed their doors permanently since the COVID outbreak, according to the Michigan Restaurant and Lodging Association. The trade group also posting this on Instagram, showing Michigan remains more restrictive than neighboring states when it comes to indoor meetings, events, and banquets.
The areas, the states all around us are all back to full capacity. Michigan is still within a restriction, and it doesn't need to be that way anymore.
As much as owners want to see their restaurants full again, not everyone we talked with is ready to come back inside.
No, not yet. I'll probably just be doing takeout for the foreseeable future.
I don't mind doing it once in a while. It's not something I'm going to regularly do, but I am really excited to go out and do something.
It's time to open our restaurants up and let us run our restaurants, let people that choose to come out, come out. And if you don't want to come out, you stay home until you're comfortable with it.
And what we're seeing here tonight, at least, many are comfortable with where we are at right now. Joining me is one of the co-owners of Vincetta Garage, Kurt Catallo. So with easing restrictions today, 50% capacity at this very, very popular restaurant, Kurt, is this a good day for you and for your team?
I think for our team, it's just a good day because we had the opportunity to reopen it all. And for a lot of independent restaurants, especially in Michigan, we're one of the lucky ones. It wasn't a foregone conclusion. So just the fact that we've made it this far says a lot. And we're proud that we lost some people to other industries and we lost some people to other restaurants even, but we didn't lose any of our 700-person Union Joints family to COVID, and that's what matters most. But they're all here to fight another day, and that's what we've been doing throughout.
At 50% capacity, can you break even? Can you make a profit? And understanding that takeout is continuing also.
Union Joints, we're fortunate because our restaurants are typically bigger in scale, bigger footprints. So for us to social distance, it's something we can do to try to find a way through. For smaller restaurants, I can't imagine how you do it at 50%. But one thing about every restaurateur is that they're resilient, they're adaptive, and we're just going to find a way regardless of what's thrown in the path.
What do you hope happens over the next 2-3 weeks as the state looks at what is going to develop inside restaurants like yours?
I hope that we just, if we see that the pandemic is on the road to recovery, then we know that this industry will follow it on the road to recovery. So for us, we're just kind of watching those numbers and hoping for the best. What we don't want to do is get ahead of it so we're back to March of last year because it was the cruelest year and we don't want to do that again.
Yeah, well, hopefully this is the beginning of better days ahead for you and for everyone in this important industry in our state.
And I think it's the key. It's like if you look at what the industry does in America, it's 11 million people that have devoted themselves to it. So they need to find a way through.
Kurt, thank you very much. Thanks for welcoming us inside tonight.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Kurt Catallo, the co-owner here at Vincetta Garage. So when might we see a further easing of restrictions? We went to the state to find out, and it likely won't happen quickly. The director of the state Health and Human Services says they wait 3 weeks before analyzing 2 weeks of data on the virus. They look for a change in the numbers to determine if restrictions should be tightened or loosened. The department also works with local universities in the decision-making process.